Hello everybody, welcome back to Redmen TV and your player ranking show after Liverpool beat Wolves 2-1 at Molineux to go back on our perch, top of the Premier League. Happy days. I can anticipate already this is going to be a joyous show because of all the things that I've just said. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Sounds, let's get straight into it then, without further ado. No messing around, Alisson Becker. And ironically, no messing around, because that's exactly what Alisson Becker was doing for the concession of our goal alongside Ibou Konate, of course. But he was back, he was beardless, he was still beautiful. What did we make of him? I'll just sort of do that, and that was him tonight, therefore. Do help me out in the chat along the way, as ever. I watched the game the same amount of times as you guys, if anything, probably a little bit less, because I was doing other things as well in terms of work stuff. But please let me know, boss sounds, you're messing, where should we put Alisson Becker for tonight's display? Does concede a goal, of course. Sound says sound. That might be a running theme for the next 20 minutes or so. Yeah, does concede a goal. I don't put a lot of blame at his door, really. I attribute most of it to Ibou Konate, if I'm being really honest. Good to have him back, and he comes and claims a couple of things later on as well, which just takes the sting and takes the pressure off a touch as well, which is exactly what you want your goalkeeper to do, of course. And he wasn't tested massively in the first half, as much as Wolves were very Wolves, actually. I'm not gonna sort of labour on the point too much because it's not the time for it, but Wolves were good, and then they got to the final third in that sort of penalty area situation, and never materialised into any actual proper chances. So he wasn't called upon loads, but good, again, as he so often is. And he had a little bit of a set to with Konate after the goal. Don't think you're particularly happy with him, and I get why. I think we're going to go with sound. Lots of people saying sound. Baldwin, it's boss that he's back, Dylan. Absolutely it is. But loads. Michaela says it wasn't at fault for the goal. Boss, it looked like James Bond. I mean, he looks like a lot of stuff. He's an absolute, look at him, goddess. Boss, if he had his beard, that's a good point there. I did promise everyone we'd have an Arne slot car for this, and I've failed to deliver, so I can only apologise. I'm back in, I'm here all week, so I'll do it this week, hopefully in time for Bologna, because, yeah, I actually want an Arne slot card. I might make do with something else today. I'll decide in a minute. But for now, Alisson's going to go there. Okay? As ever, let me know if you want it lower, higher, further across, on the floor, whatever. I'm not asked. I am asked, but you know what I mean. You are in charge of this next part of the day. Trent Alexander-Arnold does not have that hair anymore either. We need to really sort this out. People talking about Dominik Szoboszlai. What do you think of Trent? Again, I thought he was brilliant defensively. Stupid booking. Like, so silly. Like, honestly, you just give yourself such a problem for the remainder of the game. 7th minute, you get booked. If you get booked for, like, a professional foul, like dragging someone back to stop a counter, if there's a proper dangerous situation evolving, and he pulls his man back, and the ref blows up, and you can almost accept that, and you're like, yeah, smart one, good one to take, well done. But for kicking the ball away, with an absolute nothing, like the free kick's not even in a dangerous area. It's like near the halfway line, right near the touchline, right near the dugouts. It's just, honestly, it's daft. But he was really good after that. And you know what? Actually, Steve about he'll do for a slot standing. Yeah, we'll just place Steve's head somewhere on here. We haven't got any eggs either. See somebody mentioned an egg. We haven't got that. Low sound was lost. The yellow card was so dumb. Yeah, it was. He did it. Was it against Newcastle? He kicked the ball away in a very similar situation as well. And like I say, thankfully he actually got through the rest of the game really well, particularly from a defensive standpoint, which is something a lot has been spoken about in the short recent time about his defending and how he wants to improve that, and Arne Slot's helping him do so, and you can see it. They're bearing the fruit of that particular labour. But how often have we spoke about his defensive attributes, qualities, whatever, in a negative manner? But tonight I thought he was on it from that. I really do. I thought he was brilliant. Yeah, silly yellow card makes him sound. Baldwin says sound. Andrew says sound. He did send in the cross that won the penalty. Absolutely, he did. Most of them sound. Sound played well considering the yellow. Okay, let's go alongside Ali. Nice and easy. Ibou Konate. I think if for Ibou, we'd be probably looking up here, but then the goal, yeah. Anyway, tell me what you think. That was what he did at Newcastle, you're right, yeah. Can we have 2 Ibous? Yes, probably a good point. But we'll have an Ibou and a Konate separate. What do we think, though? We can always split them, sort of like that, because I think non-goal situation, you're looking at that, and then goal situation, you know what I mean? So if we just sort of go there for Ibou, because he scores, literally, and also after we make it 2-1, yeah, definitely. After Salah's penalty, a few minutes later, it's actually Trent that gets done a little bit, cuts inside. It can happen. And Konate gets across and makes a big block tackle, and he goes behind for a corner. So I thought Ibou was really good. Sounds as Ibou was boss. It's coming of age this season. On the line is perfect. No, he's low sound. I'm not having low sound, Johnny. I'm sorry. I feel like that's harsh. High sound, his goal saved him, and he made a great clearance. Yeah, he did, exactly that. Everyone mid to low sound. Well, that'd be no show, would it? We can't do that. Diane Butler says high sound, and that'll do for me. Cool. There. He's living there. He's staying there. Virgil. Now, I did the Man of the Match Twitter poll. We'll do Man of the Match here as well when we're done. And Gravenberch won it, because obviously. But Virgil was a close second, and a lot of people, certainly at the very end of the game, were saying in the comments it should have been Virgil. So proper captain's performance for me tonight, actually. I thought it was brilliant. And probably in the boss for this, I would say. What do you guys think? Steve Hall. Hello, Steve. How are you, mate? We need you here to do an Arne slot, if you don't mind. Boss. He did, yeah, he did. He did, but he also scored, Johnny, and then made a crucial block a few minutes later. So yeah, it was a poor error. We've spent a lot of time talking about it. It's really poor, and it was very much on him. He should have dealt with it, has to deal with it, but doesn't. Stefan says just Virgil van Dijk things. Yeah, sign him up. Well, I 100% agree with that. A casual boss, big Virgil boss as usual. Boss from Virgil, boss. Virgil was boss. He was solid as usual. Happy days. Go and live there, my mate. Diane as well. Oh yeah, we're flying. Hi, Steve. Cool. Let's move on to Andy Robertson. Popping up in some very unusual places again, Robbo, isn't he? I'd quite like the marauding new version of Robertson becoming a centre forward every now and then. It's something. It seems to be at Wolves quite a lot as well. Yeah, what did we think of Robbo? I thought the corners left a lot to be desired early doors. I know we score from one ultimately after it's gone around the houses a couple of times. We recycle it and the ball comes in. But yeah, our set piece delivery wasn't it today, and Robbo was definitely culpable for that. But I thought all round game wise, I thought it was actually pretty impressive. Roger Rabbit says Robbo was a 7 out of 10. That's great, but that's a different show. That's the player rating shows going on in there on Redmen Plus. This is the rankings. We do boss sound, you're messing. We don't do numbers. That would probably be about there though, I'd say. So if everyone agrees with that, then I'm happy to go with it. Jerome says Andy was boss. Mrs. Chickflick says boss as well. We've got a lot of bosses coming in for Robbo. Which I'd probably border on this personally. These floating in-swingers have to go. Sounds like I'm not going to mention it. Okay, I thought he was good again. I do. He should have had this. Yeah, he should have had an assist. That ball for Szoboszlai. I mean, how he hasn't got an assist for that is criminal. That is vintage Robertson. That really on a plate. And Sabo, dear me, we'll come to that. Okay, let's go. He wasn't Ibou levels for me personally, and I know Ibou makes a mistake. I'm aware, but I think he was just below Ibou, so I'm going to put him there. Tell me if I'm wrong, because you know people get things wrong. Here we go. The fun stuff starts. Ryan Gravenberch, talk to me, ladies and gentlemen. Again, just wonderful. Just a joy to watch. Like somebody said a moment ago, coming of age, and this fella has come of age and then some. Oh, thanks, Steve. Is that just about things in life or anything in particular? Because both work, to be dead honest. Yeah, boss. Higher than boss, says Etsam. Braceville, boss. I mean, the bosses are rolling in. He's our Rodri. Woo! High praise indeed. His turns are out of this world. I touched upon it in the previous show, but that turn late on when he just shimmies away, and then the left-footed pullback leaves a lot to be desired. But oh God, yeah, he is. And you know what? he's got all that grace, that elegance, that class. He is genuinely beautiful to watch on the eye. But then the other side of his game, and dead honest, like cards on the table, this is the side of the game that I wasn't concerned about, but wasn't sure of. And I did have my reservations whether he had. And I've said this a few times now, so forgive me if I'm saying it again. But he keeps sort of exceeding my expectations at the defensive stuff. His interceptions, his ability to read the game, his awareness of what's going on, but actually just winning duels. He just wins duels. He's just a machine, like. So, CEO Ryan. Compared to that, and do you know what? I think that's a fair point, actually, to be honest with you. Christopher Campbell says he's man of the match boss, but I do think this is a good point. But I think it's a good point in so much as Liverpool were below their levels, you know, Nottingham Forest being the exception to this conversation, of course, so far this season today. It wasn't a great performance all round, but again, he's probably the shining light from it. So whilst he wasn't a 10 out of 10, like it wasn't a complete performance, he was probably the best again, and that just speaks to where he's at right now in terms of his level. So yeah, good, very good. Let's go. You want him higher than Virg, I'm guessing. Reading the room a little bit. You want him higher than Virg. Best part of his game is 28, brilliant transitions. Passing's the only downline. Come on, he made several. Some people are having him, some people aren't. I'm having him, I'll be honest with you. He's going to live there for a minute if you want to kick off about it. Talk amongst yourselves. Alexis Mac Allister. Alexis Mac Allister. In the wars a little bit again. He always seems to get a good kick in, doesn't he? I feel like he got another one today. That tackle, was it João Gomez in the first half? One of their midfielders. Sound, low sound. Another performance like, I don't know, a bit invisible. Yeah, Stefan, I get that. Low sound, high sound, Macca sound. Yeah, he seems to be just ticking along that sort of level at the minute, doesn't he, Macca? He's not grabbing games by the scruff of the neck. He's not running games in the same way that Gravenberch is doing. I also don't think he's making poor decisions and getting things wrong in a similar way to another midfielder we'll come on to in a minute, potentially. So, yeah, just another very Mac Allister-like performance for me. There was one moment, though, I think it's in the second half, where he turns away from his man and it's a delight, an absolute delight. It's played into his feet and the defender's right up him and he just flicks it and away he goes and oh yeah, it's proper. That's proper. Low sound, poor first half. I think Liverpool got better second half, to be honest with you, generally speaking. Solid, sound. Most underrated world-class player in the world. Middle of the road, Macca and Grav. I think that pivot is dovetailing and working together really, really nice. There's no two ways about that. He needs to be played further forward, although we might see that. There's a big old conversation coming about Dom Szoboszlai, so we might see that, Johnny, at some point. For now, though, let's go there, I think, for Alexis. Again, feel free to tell me if he needs to be higher, but I think that's about right, personally. And Tricky would seem to agree, which is lovely. Moving on to the... Oh, yeah, Dom. What about Dom? Here we go. Let's do this. Dominik Szoboszlai. Once again, you can never fault his work rate, his commitment, his desire. I mentioned it before. He was clearly annoyed coming off. I would hazard a guess that was his own performance and obviously the miss, gilt-edged chance that Liverpool had, and he should have put us in the lead and potentially made tonight more comfortable. I don't think we're on your messing territory, I'll be honest. He might think that. He might be so disappointed by his own performance. And he's probably one of the few at the moment who's really looking over the shoulder in terms of doubting their own place in the team a little bit. Like, footballers know when they're playing well and they're playing badly. They're not blind to that fact, you know what I mean? And I do wonder whether, certainly with Curtis Jones being back up and running, I do wonder whether he's starting to think, okay, I really need to start putting in some performances now. And having not really done so tonight, is he guessing or sort of questioning himself as he's walking off the pitch, literally, and thinking, oh, I might not be in this team for 2 or 3 weeks here because it's just not happening for him. Dom was sound, but needs to learn to take his chances. Yeah, absolutely. Low sound for Sobo, sound for work rate. His work rate, again, it's never really in question. I really miss Elliott. Yeah, I think we all do a little bit. And he is the point of difference in this conversation. If Elliott's been available for the last 2 or 3 weeks, he might not have started the last games, really, from a Premier League point of view anyway. Primavera says he was on par with Maka today. Not his best day, but he'll be back stronger. He's definitely going through a little bit of a dip. No two ways about it at the moment. But again, what he brings to the team is almost... Is it unrivaled? Can we get it anywhere else? I'm not sure, because he's got an engine like very few others in the squad. And he definitely got an understanding of when to press and how to press. And he does it right at the top level. So it's difficult. Do you sacrifice that for maybe a bit more form, potentially, somewhere else? I don't know. Hasn't he been in there for 12 months? I think that's harsh. I think that's a little bit harsh. I think he's had peaks and troughs within it. He definitely ended last season really poorly. No two ways about that. But yeah, it's also undebatable that he's not enjoying his finest little spell as a Liverpool player. Yeah, he should have scored that. Like, he just has to score. He actually gets really good contact on it. And the problem is he gives the keeper a chance because he plays it back into his path. Like, he's got 99% of the goal to aim at there, and he chooses the sort of 4% section whereby the keeper's got a chance because it's back. It has to score. Okay, let's do it. I'll stop talking about him. He's dipping. He wants to dip. He doesn't even want to be that high. I told you he knew he was poor. I told you that. I think Jones is definitely knocking on that door. Yeah, I tend to agree. Okay, let's leave him there because he sits there nicely, which is handy. Let's go and do... Where's Mo Salah? There he is. Mo Salah. Wonderful. What do you reckon? Scores, penalty, crucial penalty, wins the game, literally. So can't really complain too much. Misses that open goal with his right foot, and it's a frustrating one, that, because if he scores that and he taps it into the empty net from a decent bit of range, don't get me wrong. Salah here messing. The board did decide. Salah sound, bound. Okay, if he scores that goal that I mentioned, the one where he anticipates the pass coming across, we're singing his praises because A, he scored the goal, and B, it was that anticipation. It was that preempting the fact that the pass was going to go there, and he's on it like a flash. But he doesn't. Good penalty, yeah, and I'm always worried about Mo penalties. Anyone who's been a long time watching might agree, might know that, because yeah, he terrifies me on pens. There was that touch in the first half from the Trent ball. Actually, it was a really good Trent ball. We should have discussed that in more detail earlier on, but he brings it down out of the sky just beautifully, and then stops and goes and beats his man. Tries it one too many times in the end, but yeah, I thought it was good. Tim says, people are only saying sound because of the penalty. Doesn't kick the ball hard enough. Kick it harder, Mo. Kick it harder. Okay, let's do it. Low sound, weak passing and slow to react at times in the second half. The pass to Jones, you're right, Steve. Yeah. Ooh, I mean, yeah. It wasn't good, was it? He just underhits it. I don't know if he underhits it or he makes the wrong choice of pass. Bit of both, probably. Yeah, that could have killed the game as well and made the last amount of time far more relaxing for us all. So I think the general consensus is a low sound. So I'm going to pop him there. All right? He's sort of below Maka and sort of above Dom. I think I'm all right with that. Defo underhit it, yeah. Defo underhit it. Sound. I would pull my hair out, but I'm getting it done soon, so I can't. Where is my next guy? There he is, Luis Diaz. From Barranca. He was actually, I thought in the first half, when Liverpool we lacked intensity, we lacked that drive. I thought Diaz brought some of that, to be honest with you. It felt like at times he was the way to success for Liverpool in that game, and if we were going to score, it felt like he was going to come through Luis Diaz. Ultimately, he doesn't, of course, but I thought he was decent in that first half, and didn't always have the quality to back it up at times, but definitely was our most viable route to goal. Let's put it that way, when we weren't exactly playing at our best. Diane Butler says Diaz was sound, nothing more. Mid sound. Okay, Diaz sound, one hell of a... Yeah, there was a moment... It was when we gave them a goal kick and he was laughing, thinking it should have been a corner. And moments later, they've played out from the back like they tried to do all night, Wolves. And Diaz, literally, it felt like he was laughing at the decision, literally, on the touchline. And then, like, 5 seconds later, he'd win the ball back like on the halfway line. So yeah, his similar to Sobo actually. His unwavering work rate is just boss, and something that's really, really crucial and sort of underpins this football team. Yeah, nice. Mid-sound, nowhere near his recent level. Sound. I think he gets dropped now. Woof. Sound, he kept our energy up. Luis Diaz was sound. Roger Rabbit. I'll go with you, Roger. I like you. Where are you? Okay. Oh, that feels high then. We're not loving Louis. So let's move Mo along a little bit and pop Louis there. All right? Okay? Cool. Ref was you messing? Yeah, the ref was you messing. He always is. Gakpo has been playing. I think Gakpo will play in midweek for what it's worth, but that's not a conversation for now. Diogo Jota. Yeah. Diogo Jota doing Diogo Jota things a little bit, wasn't it? Like, seemingly not having the greatest football night of all time in his career, but then provides a wonderful assist for the goal, like on his left foot, seemingly running out of room and space with which to do it, and just delivers a great ball for Ibou to head home, like, and then wins the penalty. So just a nuisance, just causing havoc. Just Diogo Jota. Boss, cross, gets pen. I mean, you're very to the point there, Andrew. Like, are you on some sort of, I don't know, word limit situation? You got a character limit going on? Like, very just matter of fact telling me what he did. He did do them things. Might have suited Darwin. I agree with that. I actually didn't think it would, but yeah, having watched it with the benefit of hindsight, I think Darwin might have had a little bit of joy against Wolves tonight, but there we go. Jota was boss, lower boss, minimum. He's become similar to Firmino, the way we're using him. Yeah, it's good shout. Yeah, when he wants to save time by using less words. Yeah, it's a good point. He might be busy, he might be in work, I don't know. Sound, okay. I think we're sort of settled on Diogo being low boss. Yeah, I mean, the Firmino praises. Whew, high praise. He was good. He never does anything great against Wolves. His former team. Yeah, often players, again, a bit of a football cliche, if you like, but they often go have a habit of scoring against the former clubs. But Diogo hasn't quite developed that just yet. Let's go there. I'll be honest, I don't think he was Virgil or Ryan levels, but I think that's a fair place to put him, personally. I think Virgil and Ryan were both just a little bit better. So let's do some subs. Who came on? Michael Moss is confused by something. I'm also confused by who came onto the pitch. Diogo Boss made the difference. Yeah, you can't really argue with that. Like when you look at how the game actually panned out, he was the difference maker. Curtis Jones. I think I should move everyone down a little bit. Bear, you're always here, and we've started to get this like good relationship going. Like you're saying things like this. I mean, really, Gravenberch might be it. Oh, yeah. I'm going off one person here, so forgive me a little bit, but we're top of the league. It's Saturday night and we're top of the league. Like, life's sweet, man. Life's sweet. High sounds for Curtis. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, let's do a little bit of Curtis. I think he was really good. Primavera said he should be around the Robbo level, did well. Breath of fresh air. I said, yeah, better. How high do you want him? Jones should start for Szoboszlai, but he was sound. Jones high. So I think this was... And listen, we're talking like he's made like 3 appearances all season, but this is by far the best one from Curtis Jones for me tonight. I don't think he's necessary. He was decent in midweek, a full second half. Actually, he was very good, to be fair, midweek. But in terms of his sub appearances, I think this was the best one he made, and it came at the perfect time as well because it was a little bit nerve-wracking towards the end. And you do need someone who's got the ability to take the ball in tight spaces and hold on to it and even beat a man if necessary. And I thought Curtis Jones did all of that. The game management that he showed, compared to some of his teammates actually, and some of his more experienced teammates, was really, really smart. So yeah, I thought it was good. Jones was sound on the ground, according to Andrew. Jones was boss, according to Bear. Salah's been boss for all but 5 games. Yeah, that's a good point. Very good high sound. Not enough minutes to be boss. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Jones and Gravenberch are very similar traits as footballers. Pushing for a start now. Very good. Okay, sound. I've got enough from which to base my judgment. So I'm going to pop him there, I think. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Cool. We've got a first teamer. Hello, Ryan. Welcome. You're very welcome. Feel free to get involved as we start to run through the final few footballs. I will get my man the match card as well we'll do an Arne slot rating. I haven't worked out how we're going to do it just yet, but bear with me. I'll think of something. Bear is with me as well in the chat. I'll think of something and a way which to do. I'm just going to check who else came on the football pitch before we do anything else, because that's quite important information, isn't it, really? Let's be dead honest about it. I know Robbo went off very late on. Gakpo from Dazzler. High sound? Yeah, Gakpo, yeah, but Joe Gomez came on for Andy Robbo. Of course he did. Gakpo, high sound. No one ever seems to remember that Virgil van Dijk is a great captain as well. Yeah, okay, yeah, I agree with that. High sound, great. Wow, we are loving Cody Gakpo's little cameo, aren't we? I mean, I can't have him any higher than sort of sound regions, to be honest with you. He has some great touches. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, are we really thinking like, he can't be anyway. He can't be above Mo Salah. Can he? Salah scores the winning goal. Like, I'm not being funny, but let's go Cody there, which is, you know, I mean, the problem is though, he's not in your messing either. Like, yeah, let's just pop him there, and you're all gonna have to be happy. Joe Gomez comes on, but I mean, I've got him. I found him. There was no Chiesa today, which is a little bit disappointed by. Yeah, he's got a habit of doing that. I've robbed who? Gakpo, have I? Yeah. Someone said just sound a second ago. Gakpo did. I mean, I love Cody Gakpo. Adore the man. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and that is another good point. Not related to what we're talking about now, but yeah, we are not to be messed with. We are not to be messed with. Gomez, top, boss man the match, behave yourself. High sounds, okay. Dan, Salah was terrible. Yeah, but he scores the winning goal. Scores the winning goal. Joe Gomez, I mean, come on now. Let's pop him right at the end there. Where's me man the match? Got me man the match. And what am I going to use for Arne? I'll tell you what we've got. I'll tell you what I've got. Do you want Champions League or a Nike Footy Premier League? Which one? Quickly. While we do man the match, which one for Arne slot? And I will get an Arne slot card this week. I've been saying this for weeks that I'll sort this, and I will. Push Gackers up. Don't VAR it. Oh, gee, I mean, why? All right. I'm just not comfortable with him being higher than the fella that literally won the game of footy for us. And I know Mo wasn't perfect. We want the Champions League one. Okay, I've seen it now. UCL because we're going to win it. Cool. Where was Arne slot? Quick, come on, talk to me. We got loads of Van Dijk and Gravenberch. We'll do the Van Dijk and Gravenberch man the match thing in a minute. He was way better than Salah. All right. I'm just saying. Arne was sound, not his fault. Would he have got higher if he'd have brought Chiesa on? That's what I want to know. Gravenberch man the match. Slot, high sound. Let's go Arne in this space here, I think. I'm happy with that. Yeah, let's pop Arne there. Absolute dead ringer for him. Slot was sound, he should have subbed Mo. Yes, Slot the boss, he is boss. Slot didn't put a foot wrong, was boss for me. Cool. Yeah, we should have won it by further distance, and Salah was culpable as to why we didn't do that, because he got that pass all wrong. High sound, Michaela, wonderful. Right, finally we've got there. Van Gravenberch or Virgil van Dijk. I might accept votes for Diogo Jota, but we've literally got like 30 seconds for which to do this. So in the next 30 seconds, just bombard the chat with Gravenberch, Van Dijk or Jota. Maybe another, but really, I'm not going to be looking at them. Andre is a good player, the Mighty Reds. Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? He was good. A lot of Van Dijk coming in. A couple of Jotas, mostly Gravs though. There's a lot of Van Dijk. Tell you what, if you want somebody else to win it, you're going to have to be quick here, because we're talking 15 seconds tops, and I'm putting this card next to someone's head. Ooh, no, it's getting tight now. Paul Long says Van Dijk. Bear says Gravenberch. Jota, because why not? Ibou, wow. Konate, a few more Konate. Gravenberch. Okay, and close my eyes, and the next 5 that I see. Well done, Van Gravenberch. Okay, let's move Jota along there. Let's pop that next to Van Gravenberch's head. What a fella. What a fella. Van Dijk was brilliant. Jota was really good, really impactful, as so often. But Ryan Gravenberch, a worthy winner in my eyes, and in your eyes, most importantly. And once again, that has been your player rankings show. Thanks for getting involved. Honestly, it means the world, because this show would literally be ridiculous if you weren't saying things to me. I would look ridiculously stupid, even more so than I do already. Once again, thanks for getting involved all night long as well. Pre-game, during the game, post-game. Yeah, it's... Dan, oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I won't get a card of me, because that would be just daft at that point. But I do appreciate the kind words. And once again, appreciate you being here. Because otherwise, again, if no one was watching it, I'd look fucking stupid. Boss sounds not you messing, because Liverpool are top of the Premier League. And if that's not something to take you serenely into the rest of your weekend with, then I give up, to be honest with you. We'll be back on Monday with final word stuff, podcast stuff in the afternoon as well. So until then, take care, look after yourselves, up the Reds. Liverpool beat Wolves 2-1. Happy, happy days. Bye for now.